And today we're gonna make a rib roast, aka a carving joint. It's gonna be amazing, juicy, super tasty. When you have a piece of meat this good, you don't want to do much to it. You want to smoke it real nice, and you want to put a nice coating of herbs and salt to just enhance that flavor. So that's what we're gonna do now. A few leaves of sage, rosemary, which with meat goes amazing. Then we have the garlic. Check out this garlic. This is how garlic should look like. You see, you got all the pink, red lines. That's a good garlic. Don't buy those garlics that are just white. They pretty much taste like absolutely nothing. So, a couple of cloves. And then we start chopping all this up because it's gonna be the base of our herbal salt. And then when it's nice and fine, we just mix it up with the salt. A good amount of flaky salt. And this herbal salt is gonna be a great base to create a lovely crust while the meat is gonna be cooking. And then to let it stick, we're gonna use some good extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna use the Lecino variety from Pasta della Palomba. And we're gonna coat it all over. This, as well as acting as a binding agent, is gonna give a great flavor of freshness to the meat. Now we just rub it in. Make sure you get all the sides. This is a big piece of meat, so you need to have a lot of seasoning, a lot of salt. So it's good to let it sit in a couple of hours. So you're gonna start the dry brining, and that's gonna be the salt feeding into the meat, adding it to the flavor. So we're gonna be smoking it indirect, 135 degrees. So we don't need a lot of coal, just half the bucket will be fine. We're gonna light our 3 fire starters. And in 20 minutes, should be ready to go. And for indirect, we take it and we just pile it up on one side. Put this back on, and when we close it, we keep the air vents on the other side. And at this point, we need to set it at ambient temperature of 130 degrees Celsius. So to do that, we use the vents here, and we close them a little bit, just leave them half open, and we're gonna come and check them in 10 minutes. And we need to make sure the temperature is correct before we put the meat in. See, this is what the dry brine does. It takes the moisture out, and then the moisture goes back in with the salt, with the flavors of the herbs. And this now is ready to go on the Weber. So we're gonna take the meter. We want the temperature right in the middle. So probably best put it on this side, push it all the way in, so we can keep track of the temperature of the cook. We're gonna be smoking with hickory, which is amazing for steak. I prefer chunks over chips. They're usually much better. So we take a chunk, and we just put it right here in the fire. And this is gonna light up and start smoking the meat. We take the meat, and here it goes. We close this, and because we're gonna have the fire on one side, the heat is gonna go over it and out of the air vents. But of course, it's not a proper smoker, it's just a Weber. So what we're gonna do is that every so often, we're gonna be turning the meat to make sure that all the sides get the same amount of heat throughout. It's been just over an hour. Internal temperature is 25 degrees. We're gonna add another piece of wood to continue the smoking process. And we're gonna turn this around. And you can see it's already beginning to make some of the crust here. I wish you could smell this. The smell coming out of this, it's absolutely fantastic. It's been 2 hours. Come closer, come closer. You can see that it's formed a beautiful bark, and internal temperature is 49 degrees. So we take this off, and now we're just gonna let it rest. A piece of meat this big needs to rest easily 15-20 minutes. So we're gonna make sure the fiber is relaxed and reabsorb all the juice. So when we cut it, it's nice and juicy and full of flavor. So we let the meat rest for 20 minutes. Now we get to unwrap it and cut it up. So we cut this in half, and we're going for a medium rare cook. And here it is. This is looking absolutely stunning. So this was super easy to make. So go ahead and make it and let me know how it goes. Buon appetito.